Hi, welcome to Realistic Renovation and Finishing. Doing too many damn shows. Fuck. Hi, welcome to Realistic Renovation and Refinishing. Today we're gonna work on basically patching the holes up. So we have a hole right there, we have two smaller holes there, and we have a larger hole there. Yes, that hole is for the TV and stuff, but we're going to try different methods. Kind of the same method for this one and the large one right there. We do have to cut out a little, like basically a square to put a thing in there since it is a very odd shape. These are going to do something a little bit different with it. I've never really messed with them like that before, but usually the holes we have are larger. Anger issues, but hey, whatever. We'll go with it.
Bull.
Shh. See? Angry.
No.
Like a bull.
No.
Anyways, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to square this up, and I'm not going to do it on video. Basically, we're just going to use a right angle, square it up a little bit. That way when we cut whatever piece we put in there, we don't have to mess with it. That one, yeah, let's go ahead and square this one up. Now we are going to reinforce this one with these, and the reason being, since it's such a low area and people might lean against it, we don't want just the drywall putting in there. Like we're going to do this one right here. So we'll go ahead and square up this one real quick, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you what I did, how I did it, and basically the next steps. One of the things I've noticed, sorry about the shadows, the light is directly above us and we don't want to bring any other light in here because it just gets covered in dust at the moment. Anyways, the reason for using small pieces, I wanted to use up all the little scraps and stuff, but since it's so close to the edge, trying to break off this little piece just makes this real hard to cut and make sure it's a nice clean thing, where this is a little bit easier to cut off and get rid of. So right now, let's go back to here. Right now we went ahead and squared this up, and what I did is basically just put a right angle on here, made a nice straight line, then put the right angle one side here, and then made the line this way and just followed it all the way around. So it is exactly 9 1/4 inches tall and 5 3/4 inches wide. So I'll cut a piece and I'll show you kind of how I'm doing it. I won't do it on camera. I'll probably get frustrated because I'll break a couple pieces. So anyways, what we do want to do, since I might as well do it on camera, what I do want to do is I want an inch overlap on the other side. So what we're going to do is measure out, and I have to find the part that isn't, the part that's actually square. Yeah, so the good thing to find is the manufacturing edge. This I just cut, however, I didn't really worry about it. I just wanted a piece in half, so it's not straight. This right here, I know I used a T-square, so I know this edge is perfectly straight. So we'll start from there. I want an inch overlap on all sides, so basically 5 3/4 will be 7 3/4. On both sides, 2 inches.
Oh, 2 inches.
So an inch on one side, an inch on the other. And I'll explain, you'll find out here shortly why I want to do that. So I cut it out, and obviously you can tell it's a lot larger than what it is. And the reason being is now I'm going to trim an inch off of all the way around, which will give me an overlap of this, because I'm not cutting off the front portion of it, I'm just cutting off the back. So I'm going to cut this paper, and when I break it, this will stay here and I'll just peel all the gypsum off of it. So, in theory, doesn't always work that great.
Hey, Brian.
Jesus Christ. That is freaking heavy. Oh darn. Yep. If you don't like the weather in Florida, wait 10 minutes. It'll stop raining. The most unusual state.
I love it when people ask, is it going to rain today? Yes, it's Florida.
It's Florida. It rains every day in Florida. I don't know what the hell you're thinking about. It's like, is it going to snow in Alaska? Or is it going to snow in Antarctica? Yeah, it's Antarctica. It's going to snow. No, you'll be fine. It never rains in Florida. It depends on what side of the street you're on. It's the only place I know where it'll rain on one side of the highway and not the other. Or, better yet, state motto, sun showers. It really is sunny and it rains.
Yeah, which is like the freakiest damn thing I've ever seen.
Not a cloud in the sky and raining like hell. So, that fits in there. Now we are going to do one thing better. I don't want this left just like it is, because again, if somebody leans against it, it could break all that stuff. What I do want to do is basically put these behind there, give it some reinforcement to screw into, one over here, if I don't drop it, one over on the other side, and then we'll putty it in, put it over, and then smooth it out. So we'll go ahead and speed through that. Oh, can you grab my drill? I think. Should be using the other one, but. So make sure that's countersunk a little bit. They do make the screw ends that countersink it automatically. I just too lazy to go get it. Hey.
That's awesome. Check this out.
Quality. Quality fail right there.
Supposed to have a tip. Just shut up and drill.
She said it's supposed to have a tip. Yeah, that's what she said. Just the tip? That's all. Are you gonna edit this video?
You're straight.
That's okay. You can watch. Ow, God, it's hot on the other side. You can watch the boob shot of her video on the other thing. 151 Garage coming to you in the next couple videos.
I can't believe I did that.
Anyways, so see, I have reinforcement that way. If somebody leans against it or presses against it, it won't. Yeah, it's solid. It's not going to break the areas. So this is all. Just something I do is I kind of trim the edges, that way I don't have a lump under there. You don't need to, but that way if there is something hanging out, it won't make like an odd shape under the paper. You don't have to do much, it's just So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the putty in the edges first, and I'll press it in. It's almost like every time I come in here, I instantly get dirty. Really? God. I don't know what to do with her. I really don't. This is basically just to reinforce it and get some kind of glue on the inside. Not that it's going to really do a lot, but at least it'll give me something. Give me some kind of anchor or something like that. Because once we get the piece in here, we'll smooth it out. I can't take you anywhere.
What?
Nothing. Okay. Now the fun part begins. So basically just do like you do with paper.
Paper tape?
Yeah, like your paper tape and stuff like that. Make sure you get a nice smooth, or enough in there to hold it basically. Always seems like the paper or the thickness of your drywall is not the same thickness of the one you have. Always seems like it's too much or not enough.
You have to make it really clean because we gotta sand it throughout.
Hang on. I don't have a mouse in my pocket, do I? You don't come in here to clean.
Really?
Sand, I mean. You clean. You just don't sand.
Oh, damn it, you have the mic.
Okay, so these right here, they're too small to actually cut out a bigger piece, and they're too big just to put a bunch of gypsum in because it might actually fall through. So there is a trick where'd the spatula go? Oh, it's right here. There is a trick where they actually put joint compound in it, put a piece of tape over it, and then put joint compound over the whole thing. Just for a little bit of reinforcement with paper and stuff like that, it doesn't fall in. So we're gonna do that. And again, this is, pinch my arm. This is gonna be a quick, here, I need your help. Hold the paper. Now hold this.
Oh.
So all you need is a little piece. You don't need something huge. Like that. And like that. You don't need a huge piece of paper, just enough to cover the hole basically. So get enough in there to fill the hole, that way there's at least some kind of backing. Press it in there fairly well. Get enough around the outside of it. And if you can remember where the hole went, basically do that. Again, please excuse all the gypsum around it. Now again, we're gonna go ahead and let this dry, sand it down lightly, and then put another coat over the whole thing, because you don't want to make it too thick. It'll actually be hard to draw, or it'll have a hard time drawing. It'll also start cracking because of shrinking and stuff like that. So by no means am I a professional. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. Figure that's what I'm no professional. I would love to know how to do gypsum or how to do wallboard and stuff like that. Those guys, I have to give them props. They're absolutely, the guys that are really good at it, they can literally put a sheetrock up in an entire house and basically just go like this, sand it, and it's good. You don't have to sand it, put more gypsum on there. Absolutely. I would love to know how they did it. Also, how long it took for them to actually get to that point. So, because me, yeah, there's no way. I'll not cuss. So on this one, we have to square it up. So I will draw the same thing. I will square it all up, and we'll come back. I won't do it on camera. We'll come back and we'll show you what we did and basically what we're gonna do next. Okay. Yeah, before.
Here comes the supervisor. Hey, bud. Hi.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing good. Oh, goody. Now I get to wipe off your belly now. He laid on the floor and he was all white and he was no longer brown. I had to give him a sponge bath. Uh-oh, I get to give you a sponge bath again.
I'll lay on the ground and get a bath. Nice. Well, I'll never get a bath.
Not this will probably ever make it into video, but news on our supervisor here. He's got some kind of cancer going on. I'm not going to really tell you exactly what it is, but he does have cancer. He was diagnosed about a week or so ago. He's having a surgery on the 30th of this month, so to get the tumor out, and then we're just basically just going to let him be a dog. And I'm not gonna have you go through that chemo hell. So that's the update with the supervisor. So leave comments and prayers down below, please.
So I cut this out, and hopefully it's picking up. Like I cut it out. Oh, there we go. It was a little too tight. So fits. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'll put some gypsum in here, or joint compound in here, put it around the outer edge, put it up there. Now, again, this one doesn't have reinforcement. It does have this, which is one of the studs. Just so happened to be there. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't cut it that far. It was actually out here, right in front of it. So I wanted to square it up.
Okay. Darn it. Screen went black. There we go.
I hate that. Again, there's really no reason for this. It's just I do it just like extra glue, yes. So put it in, it'll fill in all the cracks on the inside, and then turn around and do this. So I will pull all this down, all around it. Crap.
This stuff is a lot thinner than the other stuff that you used.
Yeah. Press it down. Make sure that all the air pockets are out, or else it'll just be a full pain in the ass. Again, after we're done with this, it dries. We'll sand it down and smooth all the edges out a little bit better. Fill in all the areas that need to be filled in. But when it's all done, it'll be just as strong as the wallboard. Again, the reason I did the other side is just where it was, location. If it wasn't where anybody was gonna be, I wouldn't have worried about it. And yes, again, my joint compound mastering is pretty crappy.
That's okay. Some YouTube certified carpenter will figure it out.
Carpenters can't do this shit. When we get a new house, I will have guys come in and do the wallboard. I tell you what, that is an art in itself. For all you guys out there doing it,
we commend you.
I build jet engines, and I would rather build that. I think that's easier than some of this crap that I'm doing now. So jet engines are easy. Okay. If you can build a skateboard, you can build a jet engine.
Owie.
Okay. So I'll wait till it dries. I'll get the bigger mud or the bigger knife. After it dries, I'll sand it down real lightly, and I'll go over the whole thing. That way there's no issues. So
here's a close up of this one because I can reach it.
Hopefully it doesn't look like ass. Yeah, it does. Thanks.
What difference does it make? The shit's gonna get painted over anyway.
Okay, so we went ahead and sanded the walls down. As you can tell, there's a little bit of a divot right there. We're gonna fill the whole thing over. We just wanted to smooth it out before we put the second coat on, as well as these. So we'll just put a thin coat over these two right here, and then this one right here, we'll put a coat that covers over the center, make sure everything's nice and smooth, and sand it off. The reason we're not showing it, sanding it, is because the dust gets everywhere and inside the camera, and we don't really want to damage the cameras by sanding. So off to put the next coat of mud on, and we'll see from there. I apologize if this gets screwed up. I am doing this and holding the camera at the same time, so we will see if it's doable. Okay, a little bit more than I need, but again, I can always scrape it off. And we'll do these. Do this one first. Okay. Sorry for the camera angles. I said I'm doing this by myself. So, that should be pretty close. Okay. One more on that. See how it works. And that should be it. So got that one done. May have to get a little bit more on that one later. Got this one done. Got those 3 done, and I think everything else is already done, minus dripping all over the wall. So after we sand it, I'll go ahead and show you what the final outcome is, see how it looks, see if it's somewhat flat. It should be, but I'll see you then. Bye.